Damn right. What is up, fellas?
What's up, guys?
See, Brian's in the house already. Little drummer, what's going on, man? Aaron? Yeah, look at those mugs, man. Look at the mirror. Carl Stokes, how's it going, dude?
What's up, Jeremy?
And just in case you don't know, Carl Stokes is actually from around Crab Orchard.
Okay, nice.
Capitals fan, how's it going?
Full Armor. What's up?
Let's see here.
Yeah, Jeremy Full Armor is a drummer as well. So he's actually checked out your channel several times.
Oh, looks like we got Mark over there in the live on Facebook. We got Brad Usher in there. How's it going, guys? Make sure you leave some comments down below. We got a lot of stuff to go over tonight, so we're gonna wait till everybody gets piled in here. There's Chris, T. Harris. How's it going, guys?
T. Harris.
We got some good, interesting things to go over tonight. You guys are gonna enjoy this one. So, like I said, we'll wait till some other guys get in here. David Heck, how's it going, man? And Mark says, I'm awake. Yeah, no naps this week, huh?
My boy Jeremy just dropped a really cool drumming video, Little Drummer channel. If you guys haven't checked that out, please go check it out. He dropped the Chili Peppers video. That's nice. He's been doing some old school stuff, some Pearl Jam, some Chili Peppers. It's good stuff.
Well, hey, we can link it. We'll link it down in the description when we're done.
Yeah, definitely.
So help them out a little bit there.
Sure.
I'll tell you what, guys, we were just talking right before we went on the live stream here. I was telling Gabe we went to Academy the other day, and I was checking out their spinnerbaits, their War Eagle spinnerbaits. You want to grab that one out?
Yeah, and we had some people talking about this a couple weeks ago about the quality of the War Eagle spinnerbaits since they were bought by a different company. And my question was, did they get rid of the wire tie and go to just a regular band or a fitted skirt? And it seems like they did. Because
Yeah, I went through and looked at all of their regular spinnerbaits. I want to say they're older style, but they're normal spinnerbaits. They all had wire ties on them. Now, this new spinnerbait that come out, it's their finesse spinnerbait. I bought this for my son to fish around the pond. It's a real good little spinnerbait for around the pond, or I assume it will be. And when I got it home, I actually got to looking, and you can hold it up to that camera up there. It's right above the monitor. It should show up pretty good. So
right there. So when we say wire tie, normally War Eagle is known for having a wire tie around the skirt. Well, that's pretty labor intensive. And we were kind of curious if, since this new company bought them, that they would change. And it looks like they have. They went to more of a band style to cut down on production costs. So very interesting.
Yep. So that will answer some of you guys' question there, which I am not too happy with. That's been one of my favorite spinnerbaits for a long time. So I guess I'm gonna have to go down there and grab about 10 of them or whatever they got on the rack and the colors I throw and just hope for the best, I guess.
Yeah, if you like the wire tie on that spinnerbait, go to your local retailer and snatch up as many as you can, because they're not going to be around for long. No. Which I'm sure the spinnerbait's still good. You know, it should still be just fine, but you're just going to have to deal with that. And I don't really think that's that good of a skirt either, honestly.
No, it's well, and I don't know if it's just their newer line of stuff or what's going on. I mean, but it's definitely the quality is not there like it was. Yeah, I have to say. So
I don't know.
Hello, Courtney. So, see what we got going on here. Let's see. Good. How's it going, Bob? Good evening. Whitetail says howdy. Victor Hernandez, best fisherman in Texas here. All right, dude.
All right, man.
Now we know who to call for tips down in Texas.
Yeah. Where are you fishing at, Victor? What area? What lakes?
All right. Let you read through them. I'm going to get this.
What's up, Hank? What's up, David? Good to see you in here. Tom, what's going on, man? What's up on a cold night? I think I've liked all your videos, Gabe. Thanks, Tom, man. I really appreciate that. Let's see. We've got Aaron in here.
Bluetooth connected.
Little drummer. Thanks, man. We've been kind of trying to get this live stream dialed in. We've been working on it for a while. It's getting better.
Yep.
Getting better each time.
And we actually have we have a little bit of an announcement to make about this live stream. I know everybody's been questioning the TV in the background and everything else. And as soon as we get done with the drawing for the giveaway, we will be tuning into that, and I will show you guys what's going on with that.
We got a special guest? Maybe,
yes.
Possibly? Okay, we got a special guest. So we got a giveaway and a special guest.
Yep.
It's a big night, guys.
Let's see where you at.
So what's up, Bill? Bill's in here. Robert Daniels from Mounds, Illinois.
Mounds,
representing Mounds. WWF. Got a whole list of acronyms there.
Yeah. Moccasin Lures finally made it in.
What's up, Moccasin?
How's it going?
Greg Dudley. Evening. Sean's in here. Hey,
Sean's
Sean already won. Congratulations, Sean.
Yeah.
You already know, man.
Yeah.
It's like a fortune teller.
What'd you win?
You want a big thumbs up, man. Full Armor Bassin says, Gabe, your last video, wow. Everyone has to check it out. Tin Horse Monty. Yeah, if you guys are new to this, Tin Horse Monty, that is my YouTube channel. So go check that out.
It's down. I've got it on the front of my page. You can go right there. There's a quick link. And after we're done with this video too, we will link that down in there too. We always put that link in there.
Yeah, that was a special day. Full Armor. It was the last day I actually got to fish out of my old boat. I'd stripped all my electronics out of it and I had it ready to sell. And I actually did sell it a few days ago. But I was really hoping, you know, it was kind of tough to leave the house that morning. And if you watch that video, you know what I'm talking about, because we had like 2 or 3 inches of rain that day. So I knew it was going to get wet, but I knew that was probably going to be the last opportunity to go fishing in that boat. And we caught some nice fish that day. Catching them how I like to catch them.
So Aaron says, Aaron Wetzel is the winner. Let's congratulate him. Yeah, Aaron, we'll get right on that.
The winner is Aaron.
So
what's up, Wade Weems?
He's got Jeremy Pickett. What's up, guys? I'm watching from the Mounds, Illinois as well. That's awesome.
Hey, Jeremy, thanks for coming by, man. Stopping by.
Now,
Appreciate that.
Jeremy Pickett, do you fish in the Kincaid club?
I know he's been sampling Cedar Lake a little bit. So he's been watching a few of my videos and going over and checking it out. He lives in the heartland of the good stuff.
Yeah. I fish with a Jeremy over there, and I'm just wondering if it's the same guy. So, Tin Horse Monty, did you bring sandwiches?
No, I had a sandwich before I came, though. Man, that was crazy. That was fun. You know, my buddy Jerry that I fish with a lot, I kind of nicknamed him Mr. Sandwich because there for a while, man, he would pack like 2 or 3 or 4 sandwiches. And every time I looked back behind me, he was over there chewing on the sandwich. So I started calling him Mr. Sandwich.
Katie Morrison, how's it going, man? Thanks for it. And Moxon said, what were you saying about the spinnerbait? So what we were talking about is we had that question a couple weeks ago on the live stream about the War Eagles. Somebody had heard that they were quitting the wire ties on their spinnerbaits. I went down to Academy the other day and looked at all their spinnerbaits, and all of them had wire ties. And I bought it's their new finesse spinnerbait from War Eagle, and bought it for my son to fish in the pond.
I'm like Vanna White.
Yeah, and brought it home, and come to find out, it is not wire tied. So I don't know if they're just completely doing away with the wire ties on all of them, or if it's just the newer ones, or what's going on. So
it's got that band. I don't know if you can see it. See, I noticed about a month or 2 ago that there's a War Eagle makes a Screaming Eagle version, and it's like a 1/2 ounce finesse bait. It's got basically a 1/4 ounce profile because they've moved all the weight down the shank of the hook, and that's something that I throw a lot. I like that, and I got to looking at them, and I didn't see the wire tie on that. So I was kind of curious, is that something that's just on that model, or are they going to continue to do that in their new production since they were bought by a different company? And it seems like they're going that way. They're probably eliminating that wire tie, which takes a lot more time. It's probably more expensive to do. So it's kind of interesting, just something we noticed.
So Whitewell says, you guys need to see Oklahoma's worst angler's latest video. He had an epic day. Dude, we were just watching it. So
yeah, that was legit, man. That was impressive.
Yeah. Actually, if you want to hand me that box, we'll get into this here real quick. Because I know there's a lot of guys on here waiting to see who is actually going to win this thing.
So
hold it up.
These are all the names for the giveaway. That's a pile of names in there.
Yeah, there was a pile, that's for sure.
So do we want to do it now, or we want to?
Yeah,
we'll do it now. Wait a little bit.
Yeah, we'll do it now. We got some other stuff we want to go into here. So.
You guys ready for this? You guys ready for the big giveaway? You want me to draw? You gonna draw it? Or what? Okay, I'm gonna draw it. I'm already being Vanna White, so why not?
All right.
All right, I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna hold it up. Right here.
Here, I'll hold it up.
Okay, you hold it up.
You hold it up. Go ahead. Got one in there?
Tin Horse Monty. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, I'm just playing, guys. You don't even have to send it to me. I'll pick it up right now. We got DJ Hall.
DJ Hall.
DJ Hall. There you go, folks.
So DJ Hall, if you are on,
that is the
need to make sure get a hold of us on either Instagram or Facebook Messenger, either one. Give us your address so we can get it to you.
DJ Hall on the Wheels of Steel.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Hey, look, actually, DJ Hall.
There he is. What's up? You're up, man. You're up. That's what's up. Congratulations,
you are the big winner.
So that was good timing there.
Yeah, it was. That's awesome. So Aaron says, "Hey, Greg, it's the Kincaid Club just on Kincaid, or you fish other lakes?" No, Aaron, they do. It's just Kincaid Club. They fish Kincaid, Egypt, pretty much all those lakes right there. Even it's a lot of 9-9 stuff. So they fish a lot of those.
I think you missed a few up there.
Yeah, let me cruise back up here.
Saw something from Bob. What's up, Bob? Oh, he's asking if I fished the Legion for some trout. Man, I have not made it up there yet. I've been. Some of you may know that I sold my old boat and I got a new boat, and I have been in the process of getting that set up. And let me tell you, it's a lot of work. It already had some of the features I wanted on it, but I've been rigging it up with stuff off of my old boat, running. Well, I haven't even ran any wiring or electronics yet, but I've just been taking stuff off, just getting it prepped. So long story short, I've been spending most of my free time getting that thing up to par, because I do not like not having a boat that I can just pull out of my garage and hook up and take off. I've got a 20-foot Ranger, but that requires quite a bit more work. I got to drive out to my father-in-law's house, and I get like 14 miles a gallon when I'm pulling that sucker. So yeah, I haven't been up there, but I'm still planning on doing that.
So Adrian, hello. Adrian's new guy here, Adrian Mendoza.
What's up, Adrian?
So let's see, he's talking about that's Alex on the A-Rig. Big hole, deep cut Colorado blade spinnerbait.
Yeah, they make those.
Yeah.
They're out there.
So, okay, we answered that. Okay, he's talking to Fishing. Devin Mall says, "Hey, love the content. Keep it up, dude. I appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Keep on watching, man. And keep on making it.
And just because you guys did win the giveaway tonight, don't forget, I have promised from the get-go, at 500 subs, I will do a reel giveaway. I have decided that I am probably going with a Lose Speed School reel. So it's a pretty decent reel for a giveaway. Yeah. So,
and he's not that far away.
No,
so it's coming up quick.
No, you guys push and push and push. And I mean, really put it out there. I gained a bunch of subscribers this week, and it has been fantastic. So I've only got like 49 to go before we hit 500. So I'd say in a week or two, we'll probably be doing that giveaway. So make sure you stay tuned for that.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get in that giveaway. I like lose.
You're out.
Dang it. It's not fair, man.
So Jeremy Pickett says, "No, I'm not in the club at all. But I think you're talking about my friend named Jeremy Foster." For sure, Gabe. Always your videos aren't good at secrets.
Yeah,
Jeremy Foster.
Yeah,
that's
Foster.
Him. Yeah, that is him. I knew it was a Jeremy, and I'm just from over there somewhere. So thank you, Victor. Oh, where do we go here? I hate when it does that. There we go. Oh, I hate spell correct. I didn't see my name.
Adrian, you're gonna have to enter the next one, the 500 subscribers, to get that Lose reel.
Yep.
That's gonna be pretty sweet. Pyro's Bar and Grill. What's up, man?
Let's see. There he is. Congratulations. Thank you. Getting it done. He cheated. All the name is his.
I did notice his name was in there 7 times, but I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. If you guys want to go through all their names, you go for it. I'll hold them up one by one. We're going to be here a while.
There's DJ Hall, Mr. DJ Hall, Sir DJ Hall Jr. Man's got a lot of accounts.
Sean says, "Check that spinner bait where the wire meets the lead and see if it seems really loose." I bought some and they were all like that.
That's right, Sean. I guess that's who that was talking. He was talking about that.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
This one's pretty tight, Sean. But I don't know. Well, you have to throw this around a little bit and see if it makes a difference. I remember that. I remember you talking about that.
Yep, I do. So, Richard Stroud says, Dick Stroud from Jackson, Missouri. What's up, Richard?
Hey, man. What's going on, buddy?
Or Dick, I guess is how you like it. Got to do the lures work. Congratulations. Are you going to do a boat building bid? That wouldn't be a bad deal.
Moccasin, I thought about that, and I might do some stuff. In fact, when I took my boat to the welder today. There's a guy in Jackson who's going to be doing some welding. I took it over there to him, and I had intentions of throwing the GoPro in the truck with me on my way over there. He didn't actually do any work. He's going to be working on it over the next couple of days, so I won't be around because I'll have to be working on my job. But I might do some of that stuff. I definitely could. I could do some wiring stuff and probably just putting in some hatches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. It's already got a front deck on it, which is built very, very well. The problem that I'm having is there's no access to underneath that deck. So all my wiring is going to be run. I think I'm going to put conduit down the side on both sides along the rail of the boat and run the wire through that. But I hate to have all that potential underneath that front deck for storage and not utilize it. It's driving me nuts. And the problem I'm having is the guy built the deck so good that he's got framing every foot underneath that thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I've actually measured out underneath there. The only way I could get underneath there was it has a recessed foot pedal tray. I had to unscrew that, and it's just a little rectangle. It's just big enough for your head. Trust me. And so I pulled that out. I stuck my head down there with the flashlight and kind of looked around, made some measurements. So I'm going to cut some holes in the top of that deck, and I'm going to buy those pre-made hatches that fit over there, and it's going to look nice and clean. So I may do a video on that. That's a good suggestion, though. I need to probably just break out the camera and do that.
Well, Jeremy on here already told you they gave away your secret, 1,000 subs, and you're giving away your boat. So that's pretty awesome,
that's
man.
The new giveaway. Okay, well.
I mean, my reel is nothing compared to your boat. So.
I've got a little remote control boat that's just been sitting in storage. I might break that out. I can put like some Tin Horse Monty stickers on or something. That's a good idea, man.
And before we get any farther, I seen Hank already commented down here, and I was actually getting to this. If you guys see on here, South Georgia Bass and RC, wish him a happy birthday. I think he turned like 35 today. So
happy birthday, Brian. Happy birthday. Hope you're feeling better. I know you were under the weather the last couple of days.
Yeah. Well, Drummer says, do you guys stream with OBS or Streamlabs? No, we do not. We tried that and tried going through that stuff a little bit. I found out a little bit easier way to do this, and it's actually, in my opinion, I think it works a lot better. So, let's see, Bryce K. Hey, y'all, I'm just joined the crew. My dad has been talking about you also. I figured I'd tune in. So you're Brian's son. All right, that's cool.
What's up, Bryce?
Thanks, man.
Cool.
Hank up.
Son of a mailman.
Son of a mailman. Yes, sir.
Great title.
So, hey guys, and ladies, your birthday wishes, okay? Victor says, I got a question for you all. If you were a largemouth bass, what would they catch you on? I would be caught on a Bud Light. Victor, I'm right behind you.
Caught on a Bud Light.
So, and guys, before I tell you what, we're gonna see. The Oklahoma's Work Stangler said, hit that thumbs up, definitely, guys.
Smash it.
And while you guys, I'm gonna let Gabe here read through a couple of these comments. I'm gonna get something set up, something new for you guys. So,
all right, let's see where we are at. Oh, before we go any farther, anybody been out on the water lately? We got a major cold front. It came in, when was that? Saturday. Yeah, because I went fishing Saturday in Egypt, and I started out in the morning, and I didn't get on the water until about 11:30, and it was about 55, 56 degrees, and by 5 o'clock it was down in the high 30s. So we had a pretty heavy duty cold front coming through. So everything's starting to change. I did a little pond fishing video today. It's probably be dropping here in the next week. It was kind of fun. It's kind of I made 10 casts to see if I can catch a fish. And it was like 22 degrees out. The wind chill was like 12, 13. I made about 3 casts and my line was freezing. The actual line was freezing, not the guys, the line. So I started getting all these birds' nests and stuff, and you'll just have to watch the video to see if I actually caught anything. But I don't know if anybody's got You know, a lot of these guys up north, they're froze up, I've heard. So it's definitely changing down here. I think it's going to be good for the fishing. The water's been kind of hanging in that 43 to 45 degree range, and I think that some cold weather is going to get that jerkbait bite going. I've been kind of looking forward to that jerkbait bite, and well, I've been using other things to still catch some fish, thankfully. Let's see, hit the thumbs up. Oh, Aaron, looky here. Hey, I'll help with the 500 subscriber giveaway. I'll throw in, say, 6 bags of soft plastics. That's nice, Aaron.
Pretty awesome.
That's nice. Little bonus. So, what else we got? Okay, Bob's got a question. What size braid on the 2500 and 3000 series spinning reel for some finesse rigs? Who is that? Look at that ugly mug. Where'd you come from? Dude, epic video, man. Hey, epic video. When I got up here, Greg was watching your video, and dude, you smoked him, man. That was impressive. Good work, man.
So first time Alabama rig, right?
Yep. First time, wasn't even my rig. My buddy Chris. What we didn't show in that video was everything in my tackle box had them. I mean, I was re-rigging every 15 minutes, and he's got the live scopes. I mean, we knew where they were, but we were throwing absolutely everything that we possibly could, and could not get a bite. So he picks it up and he said, I tell you what, if I catch one on this, then you're going to throw it the rest of the day. Can you throw, right-hand retriever? I'm like, yeah, that's no issue for me. I can do it. And his second cast, and that's where that footage kind of crashed, but his second cast, he caught a 613. So we didn't put the A-rig down after that.
Nice.
I don't blame you, man. I've been tossing the thing all day long, whether my shoulder hurt or not.
My shoulder's feeling it. Tell you what.
Especially doing it in the wrong hand, too. I'm sure that didn't help.
Yeah, that was, the way I was feeling, it was like snagging days. Just from feeling that grind of throwing.
Yeah, but as long as you're catching fish, man, it's all right. You can endure the pain. So if you guys don't know, this is Oklahoma's worst angler, and he's now Oklahoma's best angler based on that video we just watched.
Yeah, that ain't no joke.
So
you guys that were wondering what the TV was for, this is what it's going to be for. We can actually have guests on that you guys can see back here. We can have them on the live stream. Like I said before, we tried to do some different things with OBS and some other different software companies out there with streaming, but it just wasn't working out. So this is how we're going to do this. So if you guys want to be a star one day and join the scenery here, you guys can jump on. We'll get a hold of you and maybe go over a few topics, have you guys on the live stream and kind of go through it. I think it'd be pretty neat. So kind of get some of your guys' different opinions on where you're at, what you're fishing, stuff like that.
So when you were throwing that A-rig, did you experiment with any kind of swim baits, or what was your? Did you find one bait that was better than others, or did you just start throwing and catching them?
On that one, he had, so it was the Hog Farmer, the Harvester rig.
Okay.
So he had 4-inch spark sheds on everything, and then a 5-inch as the center. And most of them were trying to hit that 5-inch, but it was, the live scope was an absolute game changer, and I'll never have the money for that.
Right.
I won't have the money for that. But knowing where they were and seeing what they were doing, it was all about just figuring out the pattern. I was at the back of the boat, so I couldn't see the screen. So, he was literally my shot caller. And you can hear him in some of the video, and he's telling me what to do. And there were a couple times that he was telling me to twist that rod, and the thing is like a freaking hockey stick. There's no twitching that rod. So what I did was just, learn to just kind of burn that reel really quick. And just like a reaction bite, because there were a couple times where I cast out and I was burning it back, and he would see one that was sitting on the bottom come shooting up and check it out. So it was a lot of reaction that day, and then just putting it right in front of their face, which John, Okie Outdoors, he just dropped a video because we went again yesterday to another lake, We actually had 2 lakes, and that was his first time throwing the A-rig too. And the biggest thing with the A-rig, and this is, I mean, I still think about it, because that one that I missed, he said, because Chris saw it, and he said that thing was easily 10 plus that I missed. So it was the first one I missed that day.
Now how long did you cry?
Huh?
How long did you cry after that?
Hour and a half?
Yeah, okay. That's
Yeah,
reasonable.
Yeah.
represent.
Yeah. I mean, I'll drive 2 hours. I'll drive 3, 4, 5 hours to fish. Even if it's just little ones, I'll do it. But that hook set is just so different. And that was probably the biggest thing for Okie to get used to, is he just wanted to hook set like normal. And I was like, dude, you just listen to me. You've got to sweep into it. You have got to drive those hooks in there. And that was the biggest learning curve for me. Like I said, we're missing that first one. And I mean, I missed plenty more that day.
Yeah, when they hit that thing, you have a tendency to set the hook right away, and a lot of times they're kind of nipping at it, and you've got to just have the patience to keep reeling and wait till that thing loads up and then sweep. Because I know exactly what you're saying. I've been fishing the A-rig just for a few years, and the first couple of times I went, I was missing so many fish because I had a tendency, as soon as you feel that fish hit, to set, and you don't. You want to keep reeling because it'll load up, and you get a lot more that way.
I got the exact same thing fishing just plain swim baits, your small Kitechs and stuff like that. They'll do the same thing with that. And if you try to rip it out of their mouth, you'll just constantly pull it away from them.
Yep. It's wild. I mean, John missed a big one yesterday. And, I mean, I was just kind of like, I mean, welcome to the club, dude. But what we saw this one do, because I was actually at the front of the boat and saw, because, I was kind of helping him out too and telling him what to do. This fish came up, looked at it, came around and hit it from the front. So when it hit it from the front, it actually was, when it hit, it knocked complete slack in the line, to where there was just, on that reel, it was a Trank 300 and 5/8 gear. I was like, dude, there's no catching up at that point. You're gonna miss fish. Some people think with the A-rig, like all those hooks and everything like that, you're bound to hit or hook into them. I was like, I mean, there's one that you can't do. It's not happening.
So were you obviously you were seeing all these fish on the live scope. I've been fortunate enough to spend just only one day with the live scope. I did a video with Matt from 3 Pound Fishing, and he's a crappie guy, but he has the live scope set up, and we were sitting in front of it all day. And it's truly amazing what you can see with those units. I mean, you can see the fish and how they react to your bait. And a lot of times you'll see them come up and turn away. And I'm curious, did you see that happening with the A-rig as well?
Yes, we saw that a lot. And the big thing for me, I mean, I do this every time I go fishing. I always think about, what I could have done. Because in the moment, we don't think about that. We just still stick with what we're doing. And I was telling Chris, I was like, dude, I know hindsight's 20/20, but for those ones that came up and showed interest and then turned away, we probably should have followed up with a slow swim bait. We probably should have thrown a jointed swim bait. We probably should have thrown, a Huddleston, something different. And he did that. He went back out there a couple days later, because this was almost a week ago that I shot this video. And he went out there a couple days later, maybe 4 or 5 days later, and same thing happened, but he had one of those, I don't know the name of it, but this is a big 8-inch swim bait. And he caught an 8.3 on that, on a follow-up cast.
Unbelievable. You got a special lake there. So were you focusing on one school of bass, or did you have a couple different schools located?
We found maybe one school of bass. That was it. We were just chasing the shad.
Right.
We were finding the ball of the shad, just kind of cruising around, and we'd see maybe 1 or 2, that was underneath them or behind them. But a lot of the time it was, we'd find them, or he'd see just a little bit of something on the very bottom of the lake, because they were just belly in the water. And I was just creeping, like I did that a lot yesterday, is I was purposely creeping right above the bottom rather than keeping it up because I wanted to see if anything would come up. Just because I'm always trying to educate myself, even though I'll never have, well, I don't have this unit, and I don't know that I ever will. I would love to, but I just want to know for future reference, you know, like, so now I know where the brush piles are in that lake. Now I know where the depth is in that lake because I love that lake. I go to it not as often as I did, but now I know where I can fish at and what I can do. And I mean, I even got the sink rate down on the one that I was throwing. It was about 2 feet per second. So I knew that even if I wasn't up there looking at the screen, I could flip out there. We're about 20 foot of water, and I could count it down to where I knew I was right above the bottom, and then start reeling it.
It's nice.
So I've got swim bait rod, and I've been using it as a topwater rod. And so I mean, I got a swim bait reel, and what I'm excited for is because I didn't even know it, but it's a moderate fast action. So I think that I will probably have a little more success once I get more comfortable with that. If I do go and throw A-rigs more often, you know, without someone, you know, with a depth finder or live scope or anything like that.
Right. Now, were you throwing braid or fluorocarbon? Do you have an opinion on that?
It's P-Line CXX, which I think is their copolymer.
Right. That's old school, man.
And that, I mean, that stuff, he got 25 pounds on there, and he throws all of his swim baits.
Yeah, that's strong. That's very strong line.
I talked with you guys, and I said, you know, that one right there, I'll probably never throw. That workhorse glide. But he told me, he said that is one of the best glide baits out there. You put it on that CXX, and it will not throw off. And I put it on my reel put that CXX on my reel yesterday, and it was the most comfortable I've been throwing anything heavy on that line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Real quick, Alex. Chris Norris on here says, are you going to be at the Bass University in Tulsa this weekend?
I didn't even know it was this weekend.
I'm going to guess that's a no.
I would say that's a no. or maybe a last minute appearance.
Definite possibility. I'll have to look it up and find out where it's at.
Yeah, he said it's in Tulsa. So I don't know where at in Tulsa, but let me see if we got any other questions in here for you real quick.
All right, I saw somebody comment on the red beard, so shout out to the red beard. Beard game is strong, my man.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody else got anything for Oklahoma's Worst Standard before we get off here? He pretty much went through his whole video here and how it goes and everything, which was pretty nice. And whether or not you guys are liking having a guest on here, thought it was a pretty good idea. So
yeah, I've been throwing that. I've got a 7'6" heavy loose rod, the loose custom light that I've been throwing my A-rigs on, and it's actually a little bit stiff. I like a little bit more of a tip. I got a 7.4 heavy. It's a quantum rod. It's that G-Force rod, the Gerald Swindle Signature Series. It's a couple years old. It's an okay rod, but I would like a compromise between that loose rod and that quantum rod, because you do need a little bit of tip. You know, it helps you cast, and it helps the fish load up a little bit. And like you were saying, you mentioned something real important with that A-rig is that little twitch every once in a while, or just pumping that reel handle, because that causes that A-rig to collapse, and then it causes it to flare out, and that generates bites, man. I mean, a lot of times those fish are following that A-rig and they won't commit, and you do something just a little bit different, and it makes them crush it. It's amazing how often that happens. So
yeah, I think it was the first one, the 5.4. That's when I first did that. And then on the 5.14, my new PB, that's what I did as well. But talking about rods, the one that I've got it's the Cast King Speed Demon Pro. It's their 8-foot mag swim bait rod. I mean, it's rated 2 to 8 ounces.
good God, that's a beast.
It's extra heavy, adds power, but it's lightweight, and that's the one that's moderate fast. And I mean, you're talking about a swim bait rod for $110.
Right.
The only thing about it is the handle is pretty dang short. and it was weird for me to get used to from throwing that. I don't know how long that handle was, 18 inches maybe, something like that.
Yeah, that's a long handle.
It was different throwing that to throwing my Cast King, but I mean, I did get used to it. Again, it was my first time throwing anything heavy really on that, but budget-wise, I mean, that I haven't caught a fish on it yet. I mean, they would not hit the rig that I tied on there yesterday. The one that we had yesterday, John was throwing the Harvester, and I was throwing I looked at it today, but it's a double willow blade on 4-1.
Okay.
But the one that I was throwing yesterday, I actually found a Strike King A-rig in a neighborhood pond. It was stuck in landscape head. And it was the titanium, their tour grade.
Yeah. Did you leave it in the pond?
I got it hung up yesterday, and when we got it, unstuck, because he's got a lure retriever, one of the swivels was completely bent out. So
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't spend money on it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I don't have good thoughts about those. I mean, they catch a lot of wind. They're not near as compact as I throw the Flash Mob Junior a lot. It's a smaller, lighter, A-rig. It's got the little blades on it.
That's the other one that I got now.
It's real compact. You'll like that, man. You like that. But that Strike King, for some reason, it's the way it's flared out. It catches a lot of wind. It just doesn't cast very well. I mean, did you have the same issues with it?
Almost too flexible.
It's very, very weird.
It is.
But the reel that I got for it, there's a lot of debate that I found when I started doing research on swim bait reels. And the one that I got the Komodo SS, the 364, and it may not be as smooth as the Tranks, but I'll be damned if it did not cast further.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, Moxon Lure is asking again. What was the line you were throwing on there?
P-Line CXX.
Okay. And are you guys hearing him all right? Just want to make sure. I went ahead and move that speaker up a little bit. Hopefully, get a little bit better there. I thought I had it turned up all the way, but
Yeah, that P-Line, you got to stretch it out sometimes after a couple uses. It gets the coils in it bad, but it's pretty strong stuff, man. I fished P-Line for a long, long time.
Yeah, and it's 25 pounds, but that guy's caught, I think his biggest is 11.2 on that stuff. So
it's been tried and true, tested for sure.
Yeah,
And Alex, you have just been called out. So Aaron Wetzel, Aaron Wetzel says, new competition, myself and Tin Horse Monty versus me and you, Alex, on Kincaid Lake. He says you can stay at his house for free, just pay for your gas back and forth from Oklahoma.
It's a road trip. Don't come right now,
I
though.
can tell you that. I'm in. I'm fighting champ.
Yeah, don't come right now. It's just not good.
We'll try to make that happen sometime. It sounds like fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We're taking Aaron's new. He's got a new boat, so we're taking his boat.
Yeah.
What about both?
Yep, he bought a 2019 Triton Patriot. It is a beautiful boat.
Yeah. Yep. Big dog, man. Yeah. You come up sometime when those mats are up, and we'll have fun.
Oh, definitely. So, all right, man. Well, we appreciate you coming on. We'll have to do it again. So, like I said,
appreciate it, guys.
hopefully your videos, man, that's a solid video, dude. That's a solid day on the water.
Yeah, guys, go check out his channel if you haven't checked it out yet. Good content, a lot of energy, and the beard is priceless, man.
Definitely.
That's a fact. There is a lot of energy.
Yep. And if you guys need his link, it is on my homepage, on my YouTube homepage. Just go down there. It's on the right side. It's right underneath Tin Horse Monty's page there. So you guys have a quick link to that, and I'll put a link down in the description of this video after it posts. So. All right, Alex, we appreciate it, man.
Good to see you, bro.
See you, dude.
Yeah, take care, man. So you guys able to hear that all right? What'd you think about that? I thought that was really cool, man. Yeah, that worked out great, man.
Yep.
Just boom, all of a sudden, there he is.
I just wish I could get it full screen up there. That'd be the best.
Yeah.
So we got to work on that a little bit, but we'll get there. Let's see. Let's go over here.
We got backed up on the questions a little bit.
Greg said, no. Mark, not really. Can't see him either. Okay. Yeah, that's the one thing we got to work on a little bit. Mark, I will tell you on here, on the YouTube side, it's a lot better picture. The live stream on Facebook is not that great of quality because it's a little bit cheaper camera. Haven't spent the money on getting a decent camera for that or nothing. So if you jump on the YouTube live stream, it's a lot better quality.
Okay, T. Harris says good audio. Robert Davis says I heard it okay. Hank Snow, that was pretty good. So sounds like it's something that we can work with.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. That brings a whole new element.
Yeah, definitely.
So like Greg was saying, if you think you might want to be on here and talk about something, you have a few ideals about topics and things, get a hold of him.
Or you can message Gabe too, either one. Like I said,
message me.
White Whale says me like you. That's awesome.
Me like you. Doug heard him just fine.
All right, so we're gonna jump back up here.
DJ, I feel you, man, on that Strike King rig. I don't know, something about it. Mark Zona sold me on that a couple years ago where he was smashing those big smallies on it, but I'm thinking he's tied in there with Strike King somehow, most likely. But it's a great idea. I like titanium arms because that is a problem you have with a rig after a while. You will break an arm or two.
Oh yeah, I bet the hell out of mine getting them hooked.
Yeah, but it's got a casket too, man.
Yep. So we'll start with Hank Snow up there.
Okay, Hank says he was out on Lake Toho Sunday and can tell you the pros weren't lying. It was tough, and he caught 2. The biggest was close to 3 pounds. Yeah, I did. Brian New won that, didn't he? Yeah, Brian New. Congratulations, shout out to Brian New, man.
Yeah.
That's
actually he was on Luke Duncan's podcast today.
Was he? Okay.
Yep.
I was off work, so I didn't listen to any podcasts today. I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, he was running with Brian Thrift for a long time. They're really tight,
Yeah.
so that was kind of his mentor. So you can just think of a younger Brian Thrift.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Brian New's going to be around for a while, guys.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah, he's definitely.
They were
hot.
just talking to him today about he wasn't going to fish all 8 tournaments, all the 8 opens, but I guess after winning that one, he called up and said, "Hey, I might go ahead and be in for all 8."
Yeah, he's in the classic now. If he just fishes them, that's sweet. He's been working at it. He was a really good coal angler. If you go back and look at his history, I started following him about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, him and Luke Duncan both were going at it.
Right. He was real successful. He's got a lot of wins and stuff. So this isn't an overnight success by any means. Catching bass with every cast says, what lure would you use for early March on Lake of the Ozarks? Greg, you want to take that one?
Early March, wigglewort for sure. That's a very, very key bait down there. Jig is another one that I like to throw down there in March. Something in particular that I throw quite a bit down there in that early of the season is going to be a smaller swim bait. If you find yourself into an area that's got deeper water to it with quick access, your spotted bass, if you have it hanging there real heavy, that usually works pretty good.
Yeah, you got to add in what my man Oklahoma's best angler just said, the A rig. I mean, that's going to play. That plays all winter long, and a jerkbait too.
Depending on water temperature at that time. Yeah,
it'll still be most likely high 40s, low 50s, and that still brings a jerkbait in play. Those fish will be moving up to spawn. They'll be pre-spawn, so you can find them on those channel swings, points, and stuff. And if you do locate them, that jerkbait's going to be killer. But I got the same baits as Greg was saying. The rock crawler is really good.
Yep.
The jig. I know Moccasins coming out with like a 7/16 ounce finesse jig that fishes like a 3/4 ounce jig.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's going to be nice, man. That thing comes through rock really, really good. So check that stuff out. Those will work. But yeah, that'll keep you. That's what I would focus on. You can throw a spinnerbait in there too. I mean, I'm not scared of a spinnerbait for sure.
So Bass Brawler says, "Do you all fish down in the boot heel?" I can't say that I do.
No, I really haven't, Bass Brawler. About the furthest south I get is Duck Creek, which really isn't that far south. Yeah. That's the Puxico area. So you got some good lakes down there. Maybe, I mean, I do a lesser known series that I'm going to be starting back up when it gets warmer. Throw me some ideals, and maybe I'll get down there and check some of that stuff out. I'm always open for new lakes to go look at.
So Whitewell says we were frozen up. It's been below freezing for 48 hours. It was -9 24 hours ago.
Man, he scared me. He said froze up. I'm thinking, I had a flashback to the live stream about a month ago. Froze up. I'm like, what? No, we got that fixed, man.
Yeah.
That's gone. That's old school. That's over with. Oklahoma's worst angler, man. You're welcome. It was good to see you on here, dude. Congratulations on your PB. That was a killer video.
Yes, definitely.
David's got hard water up in PA.
Ugh. David, man, I feel for you. I do. Dominic says, sorry, I'm a little late, but I'm here. Did you say the name of the giveaway yet? Yeah, Dominic, you did not win.
It was Tin Horse Monty.
Actually, if I remember correctly, I did not put your name in there. That's what you get for being my son. So,
It's called like nepotism or something. They got a word for that. Yeah.
I told him, he asked me if I was going to put him in there. I said, no. I said, you got a whole boat full of lures out there you can throw anytime you want. I'm not giving away anything to you.
Catching bass with every cast asks, what pound test do you throw a wiggle wart on? I like 12-pound test.
Yep.
Is that what you're thinking? Yep. Yeah. 12-pound fluorocarbon. I just go with like a 7-foot medium, a crankbait rod.
Yep. I would say very, very seldom do I ever crawl down from 12-pound fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get in some crystal clear water, and they're a little finicky or something, and I'm throwing a little bit lighter stuff, like maybe, I don't know, I guess, what is those, like 1.0s, the square bills?
Oh, the little ones?
Yeah, the little ones.
1.0.
Something like that. I might drop down to like an 8, but I mean, that's very seldom do I ever do that. But mainly it's just 12-pound fluoro.
Yeah, like a shad wrap or something, you're going to throw that on an 8-pound test, maybe 10-pound test. The only thing that I would change on that answer as far as 12-pound test and crankbaits is if you're throwing like a 10XD, you might want to bump up to like a 14 or 16 because that's a what does that bait weigh? Like an ounce and a half, 2 ounces?
Yeah, is it tell you? I actually throw it on 17.
You throw it on 17. Yeah, I've thrown it on 15, and you're not really snap casting that thing. You're just kind of lobbing it out, so you can get away with a little bit lighter line.
Yep.
I know guys that throw that on 8 down on Kentucky Lake.
Not me.
I don't know how they cast it, but they get down to like 30 foot on 8-pound test.
Holy cow, that's nuts. Yeah, I couldn't do that. So we read that one out there. Little Drummer says, awesome idea. So as long as you're watching, he's talking to, former Basson and
Little Drummer channel. Jeremy, thanks, man. I think it worked out pretty good. It's the first time we did that. Just we do a little bit of experimenting up here every once in a while.
Yep. Georgia Bassmaster finally made it. Nice to have you, man.
What's up, Georgia Bassmaster?
So he's talking back and forth.
I need to watch your Georgia Bassmasters. You need to watch your lake. I was talking to you the other day, and I think you had a pretty good day recently on a little winter warm up. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure if you dropped that or not.
Somebody must have asked where he caught him because I just read the answer in the water. So I'm sure somebody was being smart aleck.
Jeremy asks. Jeremy Pickett says, "Where did you catch the 2 bass behind you?"
Oh, actually,
those guys.
Honestly, neither one of them are mine, guys. Those are my grandfather's. So
really,
yes.
I thought you caught both of those on the first day in the tournament.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was.
I had a story going in my head about those 2 bass.
No, that was my big one this year was 7.25 at Lake Egypt. I did not get it mounted.
That's a stud.
I will not mount it. It's got to be above 8. So before I mount one.
Mm-hmm. And you'll do a fiberglass probably, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Yep. Catch and measure, weigh, and release, man. Take a bunch of pictures, do some measurements, and you can just get a fiberglass replica. Save that fish. Because those genetics need to stay in that lake. There's a reason that fish got that big. That's a smarter than average fish. And if you take that fish out and kill it to do a skin mount, you're taking those genetics out of that body of water, which is not good. So get that fiberglass replica. It's about the same price too. A lot of people don't even do skin mounts anymore.
Yeah, they're not very common anymore.
Right.
At all. Chad, little subscriber. Okay. Bubbleville Vasson, how's it going, man? Nice to have you in here. Okay. Trying to catch up on comments here. We're way behind.
Are we?
I know this girl.
Sophia Montgomery. That is my daughter. What's up, Sophia? What is your favorite jig in the winter? That's a great question.
I just went over mine the other day, which is the Crawdaddy color from Moccasin.
The Crawdaddy color?
I love that jig. Well, it's a little more stained.
Yeah, I fished a lot of different jigs in the wintertime. I've had some of the Mega stuff is good. Some of the Jewel stuff is good. But I just kind of started fishing some of this Moccasin lure stuff. And I was throwing that 5/16 ounce finesse jig around the other day, and I caught some fish on it. I'm kind of liking that. So I would have to say, as of right now, as of today, it's going to be that 5/16 ounce finesse jig from Moccasin. It's a pretty good little jig. It's stout. It's got a good weed guard on it. got a nice hook, and it's got a really finessey profile with the, it's a different skirt material. It's a lot thinner, and it's got a lot more action in cold water. So good question.
So Doug once says, good idea on having a guest on the show. Thanks, Doug. Like I said, hopefully we'll continue to do that and get some different guests on here. We've got a few ideas of some guys we're going to call. So
Yeah,
hopefully just surprise you guys. And
I'll have some guys if things work out that you don't know about yet. So it'll be fun.
Yep.
Hank wants to know, has he ever thought about braiding his beard? Oklahoma's waist first.
Hang on.
I'm sure he has. I mean, I thought about doing a little braid in this, but it's not quite long enough. He's got me by a lot, which that's.
I tell you what, we'll just go downstairs. I got a cordless drill. We'll just hook that thing in and
spin it off.
spin it up.
I trim it every once in a while. It gets a little shaggy after a while. It's kind of my winter deal.
Yeah. So Simon says, "Hey guys, great luck with fishing 2020."
Thanks, Simon.
Yep,
Thanks, Simon.
appreciate it. Georgia Bassmaster, I'm going to throw an A rig this weekend just for Tin Horse Monty.
My brother, thank you, man. Let me know how you do. Hopefully you'll hook up and you'll have a video on that. That's cool. Yeah, I don't throw that much, but when I do, well, let me put that a different way. The only time I usually throw the A rig is in the wintertime. So I was fishing with my buddy Ron over there at Lake of Egypt, Ron DeRosa, which he's a really good smallmouth guide up in Mille Lacs, and he's somebody that we might consider having on here now that I'm thinking about that. But he won't hardly throw anything else in the winter just because you got such a short window, and he really enjoys catching fish on that A rig. And I like it too. You know, the other day I threw it for a while. They weren't hitting it for me. They were really deep. They were down in that 20-foot zone. And I just felt like fishing a jig. I was kind of just experimenting with the jig, and I stuck with that jig. But yeah, man, I hope you catch some fish on that A rig.
Yep. Hank Snow says my sponsor has an A rig deal called the Funky Rig. I might have to get that one and see how it works for him. Yeah, definitely, Hank. Let us know how it works. I'd be curious to hear.
Does that have blades on it, or is it straight? I think the blades make a big difference.
Definitely. Well, we've got to run blades on ours all the time because of the stipulations we have.
Yeah, Richard wants to know, what lake was your guest on in Oklahoma? I'll be there in May for 3 weeks. Really enjoying this Monday night chat. Thanks, Richard, man. It's good to see you on here. I don't know.
I would say get a hold of Oklahoma's worst angler. Go over to his channel. He's on Instagram too. Get a hold of him, send him a message, see if he'll let you know which lake that is. I know some of these guys, they keep that stuff pretty secret because they don't want their lakes getting overrun, which is completely understandable.
I'm thinking it's probably Lake X.
Lake X, yeah.
Probably
or
Lake
Y.
X. Or Y, yeah. Yep. And then the third one that he went to was Z, most likely. Yep.
So South Georgia Bass says, thanks for the birthday wishes. Just got home from driving. We'll have to rewatch and catch what I missed. Oh, definitely, man.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Brian, again.
Who's this Paul guy? What's up, legend?
Paul D.
Who's he
talking? Paulie D. Man, I haven't seen you in a while, bro.
Legend.
How's the saltwater fishing down there? I know that certain kind of fish run into certain areas at different times of the year, but man, it's good to see you, Paul. Awesome. Got a special guest back there?
Yeah, it's Alex.
Little butt shot.
Oh, I'm tearing stuff up.
Aaron says, okay, new competition, myself, the Tin Horse Monty. Oh, that was over there. We already covered that. Denny does not like the Strike King rig, which me neither.
Well, Alex answered back. He said Lake D.
Oh yeah, Lake D.
Don't ask.
Don't ask. Lake D. Yeah, I should have known it was Lake D.
Close.
Chris North says Picasso makes several really good A rigs. Yep, they do. There's a lot of good A rigs out there. I wish we had a bigger store around here so we could play around with.
Oh, no kidding.
rigs.
Yeah,
we got limited.
We're very limited
access. You know, so I'll have to check out some of that Picasso stuff. Hog Farmer, I know that Oklahoma's Worst was talking about hog farmers. There's Shane Hugh has a company that makes the A rigs. There's a bunch of them out there, and they get expensive.
Yep. Aaron Wetzel says, let's do it. Very cool. Great idea. That's awesome. Here's a good audio. Okay. Robert Daniels, I heard it all right. Good.
Power off.
Ain't like that one.
Yeah, Tom says Brian New was on BTL today too. Man, he's making the rounds. He should too. He's got a lot of knowledge.
Getting his sound up a little would help. Tom, yeah, we can definitely work on that. Like I said, this is kind of a first time deal, and I'm extremely impressed that it went as well as it did. We really didn't have too many hiccups at all, other than maybe the sound was down just a little bit low. I bought a little cheap speaker to use, and it's probably just not loud enough.
We can probably figure out how to get that speaker up closer to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
up
to
in
the
between.
mic.
Yeah,
and it'll be a whole lot better. So that's something we'll try next time. Maybe we'll play with it in a couple different positions and ask you guys for the feedback on it. Moccasin Lure says, have you tried Shane's bait rigs? I've heard good things. That's one of those I was talking about. I haven't tried them, but man, they make like all kinds of crazy A rigs. They got like that chandelier rig, and they got like 9 wires, and you can link those things together. And I don't know, it can get out there pretty quick.
Yeah, you're talking about when you're buying A rigs. I mean, they can get expensive.
That's a $70, $80, $90 project that you're throwing into that.
I think I told you about the first time I went through one.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was $70 in one shot.
Jesus.
Never actually landed a cast with it. I wanted to go throw it.
Oh, you never landed. You never even made an actual cast.
No, it was my first cast, and at the time it was a 7-11 carbon light rod, and it had the hook keeper just above the reel. Well, I had brand new braid on there because I would, it was $70 I had tied up in that thing. I wanted to make sure it was good.
Jesus.
And I reared back to throw that thing, and I guess it caught a little wind or something. I don't know what happened, but the line wrapped around the hook keeper and just snapped. It was gone. I mean, it was $70 of a kite just flying through that thing one time.
Wow.
So yeah, that was first cast ever. That was down in Kentucky or Lake Barkley actually.
Man,
so
it's like $100 bill down an airplane.
Yeah,
there it goes.
Throw it in the water.
Sunset. Sayonara, baby.
And it's not no chance of floating either.
Lisa Smith, you know her?
Uh-uh.
No? Good video, guys. I'm glad it worked out. Awesome. Sure you had something to do with that. Downhill says, what did I miss? Also, what makes a good fishing video in your opinion? That's a great question. I like, me personally, well, there's a couple different kinds of videos. There's the tips and technique videos. I like somebody that's actually showing me something that's useful. A lot of times something that I can use in my body of water.
I would say hacks.
Hacks?
Yeah, I would say hacks is a good one there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's something you don't see that all the professionals are doing, something like that, and somebody may find out, a different way of doing something you don't have to spend a ton of money to do.
Just a little secret.
Yeah, a little secret.
Tip.
Yeah, I think those are the really good ones there. As far as looking at watching other people.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's so many out there. I mean, if you watch any of my stuff, I always try to do a little bit of a storyline. I talk a little bit about what I'm going to do. If things are going good, I'll have a few fish catches, but I kind of like to have a beginning and a middle and an end. So, I just like, I don't know, there's a lot of different kinds of videos. So everybody has their own person that they really key into. There's so many good people that make those videos out there. So Lisa says, hi, Aaron. Oklahoma's worst angler. Appreciate having me on. Gonna go take care of the babies and strategize for the next outing. Yep. Good to hear from you, man. It was fun. We'll do it again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. Dominic says, oh yeah, I'll steal yours out of your boat anyway if I don't have it. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
That's the luxury of having kids.
You need to get an aluminum boat cover with a padlock on it. See? There you go. Okay, Bass Brawler says Wolf Bayou Conservation Area and the Ben Cache Conservation Area both have some quality bass in them. Not large bodies of water, but some good fish in there. Okay, I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of either one of those.
Ben Cache Conservation Area.
I've heard of there's an otter slough down there somewhere. I think it's right off of 60, but that's starting to go a little bit west.
So Full Armor Bass Owner said, Greg, I think there may be a way to do a split screen on Bring All I Guess. Not computer savvy at all, but I've seen it on a couple guys that do it. Actually, Adam, I've checked into it several times, and I even showed Gabe a couple weeks ago. There was a program that you have to pay for it every month. The cheapest one I think was like $10 a month, and there's a lot going into setting it all up. And I don't mind doing it this way. I mean, one, I don't have to spend $10 a month to do it. I still run on 2 different platforms. Like right now, I'm running on Facebook live stream and YouTube live stream. So it's working out for what I'm wanting to do right now. But I still will be looking into doing a split screen later on. But I just got to figure out a way to do it without spending a bunch of money.
Yeah. Aaron says, I guess I missed it. What kind of boat did you get, Gabe? By the way,
You're Gab.
I'm Gab. Okay, I'm Gab. There's an E on there, bro. That's all good. No, people call me Dave a lot because Gabe sounds like Dave. So I get that a lot. But no, I bought an Express 1650. I got it from a guy down in Union City, Tennessee. It's an 03 model, and I've got a 2018 Tatsi 99 to go on the back of that sucker, and I'm fired up. The boat is really wide. It's got a 75-inch beam in the back, 50 in the bottom, 75. So it spreads out nice, and the deck is offset about 2 inches lower from the top rail. So it's a really wide deck. It's a real stable boat, and man, it's hard to not start fishing out of it like it is, but I know if I start taking it out, I won't get the work done that I need to. So I'm being very disciplined, very patient, and I'm taking my time. I'm rigging it up because once it hits the water, it's going to be going. I'm not going to want to stop and do anything to it. So, yep, Express 1650.
So, DJ Hall says, "Hey, what did I win? The grandkids were attacking me when I heard my name. I don't think you won anything, did you?
Sorry, DJ. No, you
I
had
don't know
5
what
minutes. You had 5 minutes to reply, and we've already given it to Tom. I'm just kidding. What did he win? You got all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
You got it all up here?
Yeah, I got it all up here. Let me grab it
It's
here.
gonna cost like $20 to ship all this stuff, guys. That was a heck of a giveaway.
Oh. So we'll kind of run through that here real quick. So first one was the Lucky Tackle box from I think 2 months ago. Everything's still in there. There's a bunch of baits in there. Another Lucky Tackle box from last month with some stuff in there. I'll just kind of run through some packaging here. So got some crawls in there, full packs, some bile bugs, different Lunker City crawls in there. Sorry if you guys can't see us. I'm kind of running through it, but another pack of crawls right there. These are some different. These are wrecking crawls with the stank.
Yeah, it's got stank in it too, folks.
Yep, stank.
Cannot beat the stank.
I ain't opening it either.
No. Nope.
So this was a big bite baits. This was some the battle bugs right there. Full pack of battle bugs. These are some little bitty crawls here from Ketchco. Nothing big there, but these are the smart baits, the color changing baits here. Pack of those. This is the Cabin Creek, the little lizards. These are actually, I'm pretty impressed with that little color. It's a see-through speckled, like a pepper speckle flake.
Yeah.
Look pretty good. They'll work really good in clear water.
Mm-hmm.
Some bile crawls there. Some of my favorites. Another pack of these crawls here, different colors.
Dang.
Yeah, there's a good
It's like
giveaway.
it's like one of those little cars where all the clowns keep coming out of nonstop.
So another pack of big bite baits here. Some different little crawls there. Look pretty good. These are like big bite baits. These are just like a brush hog. So those are always
I
phenomenal.
made those.
Yep. And then these little guys here, these are from Charlie's Worms. These are some pretty neat looking little crawls right here. I don't know if you've seen them or not.
You're talking about Brian New earlier. I think he's a Charlie's Worms guy. That's where I heard about that.
So all that stuff, guys. And there are some moccasin jigs in there too, don't worry.
Gotta have some jigs in there. What a giveaway.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
And like I said, guys, I've only got like 49 subscribers to go before we hit 500, and I'll be giving away that reel.
So you'll definitely want to get in on that.
Yep.
Moccasin says, I saw that spinnerbait when I first got on. I thought Gabe broke down and decided to drop some spinnerbait knowledge on it. No, man, that's just a store-bought one. That one I've been throwing, you got to make that yourself. We might get to that someday. I don't know. Funny story is, I actually made a video talking about that particular spinnerbait about 4 months ago. It was one Sunday. I went to church. I came home. I felt like God called me to make, there wasn't anything like that. I just felt like doing a video. So I got out there by the lake and I did a really in-depth video, but I've been sitting on it. My buddy Jerry said, "You're nuts if you release that." And I said, "Okay, fine. I'll just hold it for a little bit." But yeah, you got to make that one. It's a little special deal.
Where are you at? Right here.
What kind of hooks is Moccasin using in his jigs?
The mustad.
Mustad, yep. Mustad round bends, right? You got a round bend to them. They're pretty solid.
All right, Jeremy Pickett says, why do people say that fishing isn't that good on a day with bluebird skies? Well, I hear a lot of people say that. I'm not going to say that it's bad. I think it's a lot to do with the pressure. I know we had a tournament, Lake of the Ozarks here just this last year, and we had a day that was just bluebird skies, and it really did make a difference on the way they were biting. They really calmed down. They weren't nearly as active. I really don't know what the scientific fact of it is.
Well, so a lot of times, like in the summer, the bluebird skies are stable conditions. You know, you'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, maybe even 2 weeks of just bluebird skies. Those are stable conditions. That's not going to affect the fish very much. But typically this time of year, like in the spring, fall, and winter, the bluebird skies is associated with post-frontal conditions. And so that's going to happen after a storm system has moved through the area and a front has moved through the area. So what you'll find commonly is the fish will really feed up as that front is approaching. So the fishing can be phenomenal, like the day before the front gets there, during the front. So say a front is working its way towards your body of water that you're going to fish on a Monday. Monday can be really good fishing. Tuesday, the front is pushing through. Tuesday can be excellent. Wednesday, the front is already passed, and you'll have a little bit of residual cloud cover on the back side of that front. And then next thing that happens is here comes those bluebird skies. The fish have already fed up. They've been feeding hot and heavy for a couple of days, and they're kind of done, man. They're just digesting all their stuff. It makes the bait hunker down a little bit more. Those the barometer goes up, which the theory is that the bait fish become less active, so therefore the bass are less active. So you're still going to get a morning bite, and a lot of times that the morning of that front passing can still be really good, and it starts getting a little tougher, say mid-morning, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, and you'll have tougher conditions for the following day as well, and then it'll start picking back up again. Things will stabilize, and you just kind of start that cycle again. But that's kind of my theory on that. It's just that the fish have already been feeding really hot and heavy for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm. So let's see here. Whitewell says, that's why we can't have nice things, Greg. Oh, about the kids, yeah. I'm not going to disagree.
Yeah, I've got an old couch, man. It's like 14, 15, 16 years old, and we are not replacing that couch until the kids get out of the house, which is the way it is. It's got a few pin marks, a few Sharpie marks on it, but
yeah, you probably did those.
I might have.
So, Oklahoma Source Angler says, I just can't leave the live stream. The lake was shown to me by my buddy, and he wants to keep quiet. It's not a private, but it couldn't stand much pressure.
Totally understand, man.
Yep, definitely.
Smart move, man. White whale fishing says hog farmer A rigs.
Tom says moccasin using my favorite brands, must give them a try this year. Definitely, Tom. I'm telling you, man, I've been preaching on them. There are not many baits out there that I will promote and say, go buy these because I really truly believe in them. Moccasin is one of them. I'm telling you, they're phenomenal baits. You will not be disappointed in them. Gabe's been trying to fish with them here this year, and he can tell you they come through rock and cover so much easier and so much better than most of the other ones. They come out with good stout hooks. Mm-hmm. Their weed guards are trimmed to perfection right out of the package. You have to do absolutely nothing to these baits. Another big pointer in there is he uses 2 clear coats on top of his paint, so you don't have to worry about it chipping off and everything.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh. That's cool.
So
yeah, Greg gave me a flipping jig, I guess, 3/8 ounce flipping jig. It's been about a month ago, and I was fishing this little stretch on Lake Kincaid that has a lot of natural rock. It's a real snaggy section, and I fish it quite often, and I've had several different brands of jigs down through there. Some of them come through it okay. Some of them don't come through it at all. But I was super impressed with that jig, the way it came through rock. I didn't get hung up once. And, the way you can really tell if a product is different than another product is if you have an area that you've fished over the years and you know that area really well, you can take one bait and go through that area, you know how it reacts, and take another bait and it acts completely different. And that's kind of what I found with that jig, is it came through areas that I knew were snaggy much, much, much better. So, I mean, I'm impressed with that. That's all I need to see, honestly.
Yep. Let's see where we're at. 570 Bassin. How you doing? I think that is actually Hannah. If it is, hello, Hannah. Chris Norris, can I send you in for bass? Downhill. Also, you have a very, very active community. Good job.
Yeah, downhill. Good to see you on here. I haven't seen downhill on here before.
Alex. Buffalo Bill Bassin. I think I know who that guy is.
Buffalo Bill Bassin.
Lisa
Man.
should have her fish on the wall behind you. Shut up, Mark.
From the Wild Wild West.
No, that is my buddy Mark, and he's one of the many guys that gives me crap all the time about Lisa catching a bigger bass than me. And just in case you guys don't know the story, it's been probably 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. My wife fishes tournaments with me every once in a while, and I fished the first tournament of the year, and I caught like a 6.5 pound bass. Which typically that's good for big bass of the year. I mean, that weight usually holds up all year long. The very next tournament, I take my wife to Lake of the Ozarks, and she hooks a 7.14 or 7.15.
Oh, man, that's not even fair.
Yeah, just crushed me.
It's not supposed to happen.
So took me out of the running for big bass of the year, and she got big bass of the year and has a plaque actually.
And she didn't say anything about it, did she?
No, and it looks just like this plaque, but with her name on it.
Nice.
So I hadn't had one yet. So she took that away from me 3 years ago. This year I come back with a little redemption with a little bit bigger bass, and it held on all year. So
she talked about it the whole ride home too, I'm sure. She better have.
She did a little bit. She reminds me every once in a while. So, and all the guys on my club, they never shut up about it. If you guys can believe that.
Richard says, Tin Horse, your videos are the very best. Full story from start to end. Thanks, Richard, man. I appreciate that, guy.
That's awesome.
That keeps us going when we hear that. It means a lot.
Let's see, Sherry Howard.
That is my mother. Brad works great for a parrot fishing grouper. She is in Jamaica right now. I think she's actually back because I just saw her call. When she's down there, she has no cell phone service. So it's kind of a WhatsApp deal. That's how we communicate. So yeah, parrotfish, man, those suckers. You ever seen a parrotfish?
Oh yeah.
They will bite your hand right off. They're nasty. And
hey, Aaron went back to school.
You put an E on there. Capitals too. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, I'm just messing with you, bro.
So Jeremy Pickett says, my wife wants to know how many times have you all fell in the water while fishing?
That's a good question. Let me think here.
Now, does this count off the boat or off the bank or?
I've never fell out of the boat.
No,
I've come very close. I've bent reel handles before, taking that, that step where you're almost at that real hard foundation step. I've bent the reel handle just. Now the only time I fell a couple times when I was trout fishing. You love trout, so we'll bring that up.
I love trouts about as much as I do as a cooler in the front of the boat.
Right. But I was wading down there on the Spring River down in Arkansas, and it is one of the slickest rivers out there. It's got this mossy bottom with all these flat rocks, and I actually fell in the river and filled the front of my waders up. Luckily, I was able to get up without getting swept away. But I think that's the only time I've ever actually fell in the water. Now, I hope that doesn't jinx me. So have you fell out of the boat?
Not out of the boat.
Not that you want to talk about?
Fell in the boat.
You fell in the boat. Yes, you have fell in the boat.
Yeah,
There's a video on that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, go check that video out. It's me and Backyard Bassin at Perry County Lake. Yeah, there's a slow motion clip in there. Yeah.
Now, you know what? That's the second time I fell in the boat, and actually, Buffalo Bill Bassin in here, Mr. Smart Aleck himself, the very first tournament I ever fished. I was with him, and we were at a local lake over in Illinois. Like I said, it was the first tournament I ever fished. I was in his boat, and we were fishing out of the driver's side of the boat, and I had my left foot up against the back of his chair or his seat. And he hit a stump with the front of his boat. And I don't even know how, I still don't know how I did it, but I ended up head first all the way down underneath the console with my legs sticking straight up in the air. I was stuck. I couldn't get out. I was wiggling all over and everything else.
No help over here.
Oh yeah, he wasn't helping. No, he was dying laughing up in the front of the boat while I was back there just looking like a.
You could at least tied your shoe for you or something.
Yeah, I looked like a kid that fell in a 5-gallon bucket.
Jesus, it's painful. Did you have a knot on your head or anything?
I don't even know.
I don't remember.
It was a bad deal.
Probably if you had a hat on, you're all right. I don't know how many times a hat has saved my head from getting busted open. If you hit something with your head, just a little tip out there. Shout out to hats.
So let's see. Gavin teasing, did I miss the drawing? Yeah, we drew just a little bit ago, and actually the guy that commented Riding Buggy was the winner.
Yeah, DJ Hall was the winner.
Yep. Palmer, Greg, and Gabe. I got a roll. God bless you guys and Bass Brothers. All right, Adam. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, good to see you, Adam. Love your saltwater series, man. Keep them coming.
Says I have not used Charlie's worm in 20 years. Very popular baits in the South. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're from Florida. That's right.
So they've been around that long. I just kind of started hearing about them about 5 or 6 years ago. I know Gambler's big down there in the South too. I like a lot of
Gambler's up north too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dominic said he's getting off here. Said you guys are getting better. All right, thanks, Dominic.
Good. Thanks.
Dominic.
Tom says bluebird skies equal high pressure. That's right.
Yep.
Whitewell fishing is out of here. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, man.
Jeremy said, gotcha, good explanation. He's talking to Whitewell, okay. Aaron says, give Tackle HD a shout out on my code for
15% off.
Yep, he's got 15% off and use the code. It's AAW102. Get you 15% off at Tackle HD.
They make some pretty cool stuff. They got a little crawfish that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Tom says, I got up.
He's got to use up some of the jigs already so he can make room for some moccasin jigs. Yeah.
You don't need the other jigs. Just throw them out, Tom. Just send them to me. I'll do a giveaway with them. We'll just get rid of them, and you can have all new fresh moccasin jigs. You won't need anything else after that anyway.
Yeah, you could take them down to maybe the Salvation Army or something, give them away.
Oh, yeah. Aaron's reminding me about falling off the stupid cooler. She's always afraid she's going to fall out of the boat. Jeremy, is this saying something about your driving, or is she just clumsy?
No, the cooler's just in the wrong place. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's always in the way. Lisa, look at there, 7.17.
Yeah.
She got it down.
I don't think she knows what she's talking about. 717. I'm going to have to go look at that plaque.
Yeah.
We'll finalize this.
Robert Daniel says, I fell out of the boat 2 times. My son was with me. He had a good laugh. Man, if you're going to fall out of the boat, it's always good if there's somebody with you and somebody that's in the family so you can keep a lid on it, keep it hush hush.
Yeah, because if you got buddies around, trust me, it doesn't stay
It's
hush
going to go
hush.
viral.
Yeah.
You got somebody in the family you can kind of blackmail them a little bit. Hey, this is not getting out, or we're cutting off your food supply.
Yeah, Lisa said she had to show me how to catch the big one. Okay. I remember that. I bet that was refreshing.
There's something from Moccasin.
Let's say I fell out one time in February, got my foot tangled in the trolling motor foot pedal wire. Took me a minute to figure out what happened, and then it was cold water.
Yeah, that'll wake you up quick. That's the worst. That's the worst, man.
Yeah, we actually have a guy in our club. He's older too. I think he just turned 70 this past year, and he fell out at Lake of the Ozarks, and I think it was March or April. I think it was April, but it was still like 30 degrees outside. I think it might have been snowing actually, and he fished all day.
Did he really?
I don't know how. He's
Holy cow!
more of a man than I couldn't do it.
Got lizard skin or something. That's dangerous.
Yeah, really dangerous. Hypothermia.
Yeah.
Moxon says start bringing extra clothes after that.
Yeah,
that's probably a pretty good idea.
Yep. Always bring some, at least keep them in the truck.
Yeah. So let's see. Hunter Z1 says I twisted my ankle in Wetzel's boat on an anchor and rope laying in the walkway. Does that count?
That counts for something. That's man, you gotta.
Well, he was in Aaron's boat, so I mean, if Aaron would clean his boat up, I mean, that probably wouldn't have happened.
That's true.
So we'll blame Aaron. It's all right.
It's easy to do. Especially like in the wintertime, that's when it happens the most because you're all bundled up. You got big old clodhopper boots on. You're clumsy, and you're cold, and your senses are down. You can fall. You can get hurt really easy.
You can't move around that much anyway when you got all them clothes on to begin with. it doesn't help. So before we do get off here, guys, just to make sure, remind a couple of you in here, this weekend, Moxon is going down to the Knoxville show. So if any of you are in that area, at the Knoxville area, make sure you swing by and say hello to him. I will be down there Saturday, Saturday only, actually. So maybe I'll see some of you guys down there. I kind of doubt it, but maybe. One other thing I wanted to go over was I have a new product coming out Wednesday on my video. Wednesday. I think what day it was here.
Yeah.
So you guys make sure you check that out. It's definitely worth the watch. I actually showed Gabe just a little bit ago.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yep, it's definitely something to check out.
I'm probably going to be picking up a few of those items whenever you see them. Jeremy's out, man. Thanks for stopping by, Jeremy. I appreciate the support. It's always good to get comments from you, buddy.
Yep, definitely. Doing great. Going to be a great show. Yep, I agree. So, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate you watching, and we will see you next Monday. And that's about all I got.
Thanks, man.